The next topic that we are going to understand is that mobile system organization. Why we have to learn mobile system organization when we learn about computer overview? Because most of our smartphones that we use today, those are all really small computers in your hand. Most of the works whatever you do with the computer you will be able to do with mobile as well. Of course not all the works you will be able to do, but many of the works you will be able to do in the mobile as well. So because of that reason we are going to understand mobile system organization. This is a block diagram of mobile system. Okay, so we are going to understand what are all the various subsystems that are present in your mobile system. So in the mobile system, however, we are having a CPU in a computer, that is the brain of the computer. In a mobile system also we are having the CPU. So in the CPU of mobile, actually it is composed of two important units, which is communication processor unit and application processing unit. So we will discuss it one by one. The first one is communication processor or communication processing unit. So from the name itself you will be able to understand. So communication process, what is the purpose of a mobile? To make a call. So this communication processing unit deals with that. So it has digital signal processor which has RF transceiver. What do you mean by RF transceiver? RF transceiver, it's nothing but radio frequency transceiver. What do you mean by transceiver? So transceiver, it's nothing but the device which has both transmitter as well as receiver. So in your mobile you will be able to make a call, that is so transmitting the information, and you will be able to receive the calls. You will be able to receive the information, that is in your mobile it is having the RF transceiver to transmit the information and then receive the information, which will be identified with the help of SIM. You know that, right? Okay, so this is your communication processing unit, which is responsible for making the call and then receiving the call. So and then application processing unit. What do you mean by application processing unit? So this is the unit which is responsible for all the apps that you are installing in your mobile and then using it. Okay, so when you take a mobile you will be able to make a call. That is why the phone has been designed. However, later we are incorporating lot of other apps or other devices to bring it to a mobile to make the mobile the one of the important gadget in the day to day life. Okay, so this application processing unit, it is a processing unit of it is a part of CPU. Okay, which is responsible for handling all the apps that you install in your mobile. Okay, so in your application processing unit it has display subsystem. You know that display subsystem, it's nothing but the display that you see it in your smartphone. Okay, so and this display subsystem, it should be able to work with touch sensitive interface, that is touch sensitive phones, and then you will be able to send a message, everything with the help of screen only, right? That is what touch sensitive interface. Okay, so you will be having touch sensitive keyboards and then display screen. Okay, so your display subsystem should be able to do that. And then we are having a camera unit. Of course it has to take instant picture and then high resolution picture and then image processing, all those things it will be taken care by camera unit. And then we are having a memory. So whatever you have learned in computer memory, so which is having RAM and ROM. RAM, which is random access memory, which is a volatile memory. All the apps whenever you open it will come to RAM, and then only you will be able to start using it on the. And then ROM stands for read only memory, so which is a permanent memory or a part of a permanent a part of a ROM. It's nothing but your operating system of your mobile. Okay, so which must be hosted, which must be sit there permanently, and it should not be erased. Okay, so nobody will be able to erase that content. Okay, so that is your memory. And then it is also having the storage. that is external storage, the storage devices that we have discussed shortly back. Okay, so it is having the external storage devices, that is memory cards, the SD cards that you insert if you want to transfer the photos either with the help of cables, or you will just take the memory stick from your mobile and then you will be transferring it to the computer, right? Okay, so it is having the storage subsystem. Okay, so and your cloud storage, it is also considered to be one of the external storage. And then it is also having not the application processing unit, your communication processing unit, it is having codec. So what is codec? Codec, it's nothing but coder and decoder. Okay, so codec, it's nothing but it contains ADC and then DAC. So ADC stands for analog to digital converter, and then DAC stands for digital to analog converter, right? Okay, so we are having, that is to transmit the information we need analog data. However, internally in the computer, if you want to process the information, okay, it has to be in a digital. So whatever the information, if you want to send some information, so in the mobile it is in the form of digital. If you want to transmit the data, so it has to be converted into a analog data. So we are having codec subsystem, audio subsystem to do that. And then we are having power management system. So power management, it's nothing but it is your battery pack. Okay, so that is also one of the criteria, right? While selecting the mobile, what is the battery, how long the charge will be there, right? Okay, so it is having the power management. Okay, so power management subsystem, which is having the battery management, battery to store the power and then use it. Okay, so these are all the various subsystems which are present in your mobile, which makes your mobile what you can say, so without which you cannot survive, or what? No, it's not like that. Anyway, it is making it a very important gadget in everybody's life, right? Okay, so that is all about your mobile system organization. So that's all for today's session, dear. So in today's session, we have learned about storage devices. Under storage devices, we have learned what you mean by secondary storage devices, and then what are all the different categories of secondary storage devices, and we have discussed various secondary storage devices. And then we have learned about system bus. So under system bus, we have learned what you mean by address bus, data bus, and control bus. And then we have learned about mobile system organization. What do you mean by mobile system organization? What are all the various subsystems that are present in the mobile system? Okay, that is what we have learned. So please learn it carefully, and I will send you the classwork notes separately. And for today, this week's weekend test, you will be having the test in these topics. Study well, dear. Thank you.